Hey, I'm Tim Anderson with Original Strength, and this week thought I would talk to you about something that is not all too common to talk about, and it's the pelvic floor, or having a reflexively strong, active pelvic floor. Contrary to what you might have heard lately, pelvic floor dysfunction is common, but it's not supposed to be normal. And what I mean by that, what I'm really trying to say is the issue of incontinence when you lose your bowels it may be common, but it is not supposed to be normal. What should happen is that we should always be in control of our bowels. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's a video in the exercise world about how it's pretty normal to kind of wet yourself when you're doing jump rope and other things like that when you're exercising. And to be honest, it's really not that normal. So one thing we don't really talk about in the exercise world is having a very strong and healthy pelvic floor. And your pelvic floor should naturally contract and hold you inside. It's at the bottom of your pelvic floor, and it works with your diaphragm to create a very strong inner core unit, your inner core. And for you to have a very strong inner core and which leads to a very strong, healthy body, you need to have a good pelvic floor and a good diaphragm along with the other muscles of your inner core working together. So how do we get a reflexively strong pelvic floor? I am so glad you asked. There's a couple of things we can do. One is we can breathe. Breathing with your diaphragm, when we breathe with our diaphragm, that can really help activate and get the pelvic floor working the way it should. The diaphragm and the pelvic floor work together in unison to create a very strong inner core unit. The other thing we can do is we can rock. Rocking back and forth helps to reflexively fire the pelvic floor. And so again, breathing and rocking are two wonderful things that we can do to reflexively get our pelvic floor working the way it should. Now I know other people will tell you can do Kegels, Kegels are where you squeeze your pelvic floor on purpose, consciously, like this. Okay, I may or may not have been doing that. I really was. But anyway, doing Kegels is a very conscious way to contract your pelvic floor, but it doesn't really help your pelvic floor to reflexively fire when you need it. Not that you shouldn't do Kegels. I don't have anything against Kegels. It's a great practice to be able to have in your back pocket if you really have to go, when it's not really a great time to really go, if you know what I mean. But doing Kegels will not help your pelvic floor be reflexively strong. So that's our really weird tip for the week, using your breath and rocking back and forth to help your pelvic floor reflexively fire or come back online and be a part of your inner unit. Again, I'm Tim with Original Strength, and we'll see you next time. To learn more about Original Strength, check out our book, Original Strength, Regaining the Body You Were Meant to Have. You can also check out our website, www.originalstrength.net. And of course, you can follow us, like us, share us, and plus us on the favorite social network media of your choice.